Good morning, YouTube family and friends. Hope you had an awesome 4th of July week. My week was, let's just say, I hope you had a good week. Today is Saturday, June 6th. Not June 6th. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind some days, folks. It's July 6th. July 6th, 2024. And this is my week 15 results, being back on Mounjaro. And like most of my other videos, this video is going to focus more on other health issues other than Mounjaro. I do have my weekly weight results, and oh my God, oh boy, yeah, we'll save that for the end for the weigh-in results for this week. But yeah, it's not good at all, along with the rest of the week. So, but yeah, hopefully you got out and you got to enjoy the 4th of July with your family and friends. I didn't do anything. I just pretty much laid around the house. But we do have, we're having a celebration at my uncle's place today. So we're doing a family get together this evening. But of course, there's supposed to be chances of strong storms this evening. So, but anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it. If you watched my last week's video, you know I was waiting for the blood test results to confirm whether or not I have myasthenia gravis, or if we can rule that out, then I just have Bell's palsy. Uh, Symptoms are droopy eyelid. It's not too bad. Uh, Mornings are always the best. I just woke up a little bit ago and took a shower, and mornings are usually my best time in the day. Uh, Double vision, which I've had a lot of this week. Uh, yeah, was it Wednesday? Wednesday I was struggling. I was at work in the office, of course on the computer. I only worked the morning because I have my hematology follow-up appointment in the afternoon. So, but even just working a half a day, oh my God, that double vision, my eyes kept wanting to go out of focus all the time. Oh man, it was horrible. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. It's happening a lot, folks. Uh, okay, so I did get my blood results back. I got them back Monday afternoon, late Monday afternoon. Not not the results I wanted. Uh, or I'll just post the results right here. Here are the results. All right, as you could see, for it to be a negative test, it had to be, my count had to be below 0.4, and obviously, as you saw, my count was 26.6. It's in high range. So that means I did test positive for myasthenia gravis. Not what I wanted. Bell's palsy would have been simpler. It would have been like a one and done type of deal. Heal up and get over the symptoms within a few weeks to a few months. It's not the case. It is myasthenia gravis. Of course, it's not an official diagnosis until I can get in to see the neurologist. My primary doctor office nurse called me with the results. And of course, you know when they call you before they post them to your online MyChart. I'm with CHI Network. If they don't post something, if they call you first to go over the results before they post, that means it's never good news because they don't want you to see the results before they talk to you. So, and that's what happened. I got the call and I knew I hadn't got the email notification yet saying that my results were posted. So I knew as soon as I saw the caller ID who was calling, I knew it wasn't going to be good. So, but the nurse called, the nurse who I see for my primary doctor called me and told me about the results. With the results being high, I don't know how high 26 point. I know it's indicated as high, but I've seen videos where people's numbers were in the thousands to tens of thousand range. So even though 26.6 is, to me, is really high above the 0.4 it needed to be under, I guess it could be a lot worse. According to what I've seen online, there's not a whole lot of stuff online. There's not a whole lot of YouTube videos online that talk about this, people's experiences. There's some, but they're older videos, going back a few years to 10 years. So there's not a whole lot of recent stuff about myasthenia gravis. So I am going to start a new blog. It's going to be on the same channel, but I am going to start a new blog about my journey being diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. So look for those videos. Not sure how often I'll post those videos, but I am going to do separate videos on just that journey alone. Yes, on my weekly Mounjaro videos, I'll give an update, but I'm going to focus more on those videos, talking more in depth about my experiences, what's happened, what's going to happen in the future. So I'll get more in depth on those videos. So, but just for this video, all I can say is it's really hard to get in to see a neurologist in this area. When I talked to my primary doctor a few weeks ago, when she thought I had Bell's palsy, but I asked her, no, what about, can I just see a neurologist just to go over, because I have been feeling tired for several months, but this past month I've been feeling really, really wore down. And so that's the reason why I've been seeing a hematologist, seeing if there's something going on with my blood or whatnot. I'm just trying to figure out why I've been so tired lately. Especially, it's been extreme lately. And she's like, well, she was willing to send in a referral to see a neurologist. She said it's going to be at least probably a 6-month wait. That's how backed up they are. There's just not enough of them to go around. But so when the nurse called me with these results, she said I am considered an emergency case, considering my number on my blood test was high and I'm symptomatic. So my primary doctor's office was going to call the neurologist department directly and get me set up to see a neurologist. So, well, I got the call from the neurologist department on Tuesday, and they said, well, the earliest we can get you in is October 11th. So that would have been 3 months out before I could see a neurologist. I'm like, I have to deal with these symptoms, and they're getting worse. 3 months before I can even see a neurologist to get an official diagnosis of it, so I can get a treatment plan started. And plus, I'm sure when I see a neurologist, they're going to want to do a bunch of other testing to confirm it first. So I'm going to have to suffer for 3 months plus, however long it is, for them to give me an actual diagnosis and get started on some type of treatment program. As you know, as some of you might not know, myasthenia gravis, it's pronounced gravis, but it's spelled gravis, Gravis, but it's pronounced gravis. That it's an autoimmune disease. It adds the I produce these antibodies that attack like the protein or something that helps the receptors from the nerve to the muscles communicate to send signals, and it blocks them. It prevents them from the receptors from being able to pick up those signals. That's what I've read online and the videos I've watched. So, and that leads to muscle fatigue. So that's why you feel better in the morning, but as the day goes along, as you use your muscles, it's the voluntary muscles. So, and that's why the only thing you can do when you get fatigued is to rest and give them a chance to take a break. And then you can get better with a little bit of rest, but then, of course, as soon as you start using them again, you can get fatigued again. It's a debilitating disease. It's not really life-threatening. It can be if you get the myasthenia crisis. That's where it can affect your breathing, because your diaphragm, I guess, is a voluntary muscle. And so it can affect your breathing, which then you go into crisis mode. You have to have help breathing. So that's where it can be life-threatening. And also, there's a choking hazard, because it can stop you from being able to swallow, because I guess those are voluntary muscles as well. So you can choke if you try to eat something or drink something. So those are when it can be life-threatening. But otherwise, it's not life-threatening. It's just really debilitating, because it can affect first it affects your face, which is what I'm dealing with right now. Your muscle, your eye, lids. I get tingling sensation in my tongue. I don't know if that's anything to do with it or not. Maybe it's the start of it being starting to affect my. Right now, I can eat just fine, with no effect. But I do get tired sometimes, my jaw. So it could be the start of it there. I don't know. It can also affect your limbs, your arms, legs. So it could affect your ability to walk when you get fatigued. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. But anyway, yeah, so that just made me more depressed, saying I got to wait 3 months just to get in to see the doctor. And this is an emergency situation, according to my primary. So, but good news is late Wednesday evening, no, early evening, before the doctor's office closed. The nurse called me back up Wednesday. It was probably about 4:30 to 5, between 4:30 5 o'clock. She called me up and she said they talked more with the neurologist department, and they didn't want me to wait 3 months to see the neurologist. So they think they have a spot for me to squeeze me in. So it's on July 18th, which is a Thursday in the afternoon. So it's not for sure yet. They said the main person who's in charge of getting things on the neurologist's calendar was already out of the office on vacation for the holiday weekend. So they said they'll be back. That person will be back in on Monday. So right now it's just penciled in for July 18th. Cross my fingers that holds and the person's able to get me on the calendar officially on Monday for that 18th date. God, I hope so. Because this week, said Thursday. I don't know. Wednesday I had the double vision a lot. No, it's when you get double vision, you have to try to really focus your eyes. Don't close your eyelids, move your eyes around, try to get them to get back into sync again, and that just wears on you. Thursday was a little bit better for the eye. I had a couple of double vision a couple of times, but I didn't work my main job on Thursday, 4th of July. I had it off. I did. I did help move a couple pieces of furniture around, which wasn't should be no big deal. And then I tried to drive. I was feeling okay, so I decided, no, it's 4th of July. I'm not working my main job. I haven't driven Uber in a while. I'm going to try it. So I drove Uber for an hour. That's it. It wasn't that busy. I don't know if there wasn't a high demand out or there's a lot of Uber drivers out, but I was just driving around. I had one rider, and it took me a half hour. It was a decent trip. Made $16 on it, but then I was driving around for a good 20 minutes. A couple of ride requests that I got, I accepted, but then when you accept something doesn't mean you'll get it because the requests are sent out to several people who are the closest, and both times I lost out to people who are drivers who are closer to it. So it's like there's just not high enough demand, and there's too many Uber drivers out. So I was just driving around wasting gas. So it's like I decided just to log off and go home. So I was only driving for just a little over an hour. By the time I got home, I was wiped out. I was tired. I just sit down on the couch watching TV, and I was playing on my phone a little bit, and I was wore out. It was like I took sleeping pills or something. I just wanted to fall asleep. I was that fatigued, and it's like I didn't do much. No, I moved a couple pieces of furniture that weren't heavy, but I just moved them around. I drove for an hour, and just doing that wiped me out. That's an indication of what's to come, and I'm thinking I'm in the early stages of it. What's it going to be like when I get into later stages? Oh my God, this is going to be so debilitating. That's very, very depressing. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at with that. There's not much more I can tell. Cross your fingers, folks, for me that the appointment on July 18th holds and I can get in to see a neurologist so I can get the official diagnosis of it and get what stage it's in, and so I can get some type of treatment plan. There's always a chance that they'll want to remove my thymus gland. Uh, what it could be is, your thymus gland shrinks as you get older because it puts out your your antibodies as you're developing immunity to stuff as you're growing up as a child, and it's supposed to shrink when by the time you get to an adult, it should be really shrunk. But for people with myasthenia gravis, it could be your thymus gland could be enlarged, or could have developed tumors on it. So a lot of cases, the thymus gland is removed. So the neurologist will probably want to do a CT scan or MRI on my chest to look at the thymus to see what it looks like and see if it needs to come out or not. And that's going to be a major surgery possibly. If that's the case, because there's three ways they do it. The most aggressive, or the most they can they'll have to crack your chest open and take it out. They try not to do that nowadays because it's such a long recovery. They can go in through your side, not no, kind of like laparoscopically, but they go through the ribs, which is a really painful recovery. But it's not as bad as cracking your chest open. Or I watched a video of this lady who they had an incision here, and they went in like underneath the breastbone through your neck to get to the thymus gland and take it out that way. That's the minimumest procedure you can have. That's the best way you want to do it, the lowest recovery time. So, but that's for the future. To know if they even need to mess with that or not, we'll see. So, anyway, all right. Something else that made my week great is I said on Wednesday afternoon I had my hematology appointment follow up. They did blood work, and blood work for them came back fine, and they agreed with me. Main reasons I was seeing them was because I was being so tired to run down, and so they agreed that blood test come back saying I have myasthenia gravis is definitely the cause. So we finally figured out why I'm feeling so tired and run down lately. So, but they said they still want to see me. My blood work came back fine. My platelet count, with my liver cirrhosis, came back at 126. So 126,000. No, for them they just reduced it down to 126, which is it went back up thankfully from the blood work I had done week before. So yeah, so that's good. So my primary doctor was right when they checked it. No, in emergency room or the next day with my regular blood work. It was just because I wasn't feeling well. It was the stress of the emergency room. So that can sometimes cause your numbers to go haywire. So it looks like she was right on that, because my platelet count did go back up. Because I was feeling a little bit better when the hematologist. Well, I wasn't feeling better, but I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. But at least it's at 126, and that's my normal. It needs to be above 140, 150. My normal is around one teens, 120. That's my normal right now. So if I can keep it around that, I'm okay. Keep it above 100, I'm okay. But so my appointment, the hematologist actually is at the hospital through the main entrance. So I was parked in the parking lot for the main entrance. As I was leaving my doctor's appointment, I got out to my car. As soon as I got to my car, I noticed on the back bumper someone hit it. Take a look here, folks. All right, the swipe. There's scuff marks here. There's a dent. There's a dent here. I don't know if it can be seen on camera, but it's dented inward here. And of course, you got from this angle, you can see how it's pushed out, and all the scuff marks here. As he was pulling into the parking spot, he thought he had enough room, and he did it, and his vehicle hit this as it was turning in. Ugh. This is that part of it, how that bumper is sticking out. Like I said, it's a dent there, and there's some, you can tell there's scabs scraped there, so yeah. yeah, so as you can see, as I was walking to my car that was parked in the stall, soon as I came up to the back part of my car, I looked down. I was like, "What the hell?" As I was looking at it, the next thing I know, this guy comes walking around the corner of the front of the car. He's like, "Is this your car?" It's like, "Yes, yes." He's like, "I'm so sorry." He had misjudged it as he was at so my car's here. No, I was pulled in forward, as you can see in the parking stall. So as he was pulling over, he misjudged. He thought he had enough room to make that turn, and he didn't. And his bumpers hit the back of my car as he was turning in. So thankfully, he didn't flee. He didn't try to get away with doing it. He was trying to figure out whose car it was. He went in, got the hospital security, so they were out there doing a report, and he had actually had wrote on a piece of cardboard and stuck it to my windshield his name, phone number, what happened. So, but thankfully, I got out to why they were still out there. So, but he was really apologetic. And thankfully he has the same insurance company as I do, so that makes it a lot better. But he took pictures. The security at the hospital took pictures. I took pictures, and I got his name. I got his name, number, his policy number. So I got home and I called up the claims department for my insurance company, and he had already talked to his insurance company. So they took my information. They took my what I thought happened, and then they said, okay, we'll get the claim started. We'll get his side of things, and then we'll go from there. So, but thankfully, no. Just a few hours later, they called me back and said, okay, claim's been started. He's at fault. You know, stories matched up. He's taking responsibility for it, so it's all going on his insurance. So that's good. So they gave me a couple of options for auto body repair shops in the area that they work with directly. So I don't even have to mess with it. The auto body shop will work directly with the insurance company to get paid and all that. So I just got to call them up and make an appointment to get my car fixed. I'll get a rental to use while the car's being fixed. I just don't know. We've had a lot of hell lately in the area, so who knows how backed up they are. I was supposed to call them yesterday, Friday, and I didn't call. So I'll call them sometime this coming week to see when they can fit me in to get my car. But of course, I won't be able to drive Uber because I won't have my car. But then again, I'm not really driving Uber right now until I figured my health out. So, but yeah. So that's been my week, folks. It's been really stressful, and of course, I've been trying to do a whole lot of research on myasthenia gravis, and yeah, then of course I get in my head. I'm thinking, okay, as y'all know, I have liver cirrhosis started by non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and then I started thinking last night. My brain went shut off, and I started thinking, okay, eventually my liver cirrhosis is going to get to a point where my liver's not going to function like it should. It's going to stop working. And so eventually I will need a liver transplant. Okay, being diagnosed with MG for short, myasthenia gravis, short for MG, or MG short for it. So, but will this MG diagnosis affect my ability to get a liver transplant in the future? Hopefully, far into the future, or not. I don't know. I try to look online how that could potentially affect me being approved for a liver transplant in the future, and I couldn't find anything on it. So I guess that's just something I gotta talk to the doctors about, talk to my liver doctor about, because I need to talk to my liver doctor anyway, let them know about this diagnosis. But I won't do that until I get official diagnosis from the neurologist. So I'll wait a few weeks before I mention it to my liver doctor. I can't remember the specialty of what it's called. Is it gastroenterologist? Maybe, yeah, gastroenterologist. I don't know. I got too many different specialist doctors now. But anyway, that's my week, folks. Let's end it here. I know this video is gonna be another long one. So okay, let's get to this week's results. As you notice, I haven't done anything, no exercising. I've just been laying around when I'm not working. I'm just been tired, and I've been eating a lot more lately. Maybe because I stress eat, and so I haven't been eating good things. I've been eating crappy things. So I need, that's just having this can cause you to gain weight, especially with my hypothyroidism. It can cause me to gain weight. And it's happening, folks, with all this combination of crap. Me not exercising because I'm so tired. It showed it on the scale this week. Last week, week 14, I weighed in at 225 for 0 weight loss or gain. This week, I weighed in this morning, week 15 results. I weighed in at 230. So I gained 5 pounds this week. I know I said in the last video I wasn't going to focus on my weight, but I have to focus. I can't gain this weight back. I'm going to give it a few weeks. I'm going to get my official diagnosis. And then at that point, I'm going to ask my primary doctor to move me up on Mounjaro. I'm gaining weight. That's just going to cause my A1C to go up. And so I need to get on a higher dose. Right now I'm at the minimum dose of 2.5. I need to go up on dose. I need the added benefit of it taking away my appetite, make it harder for me to eat because you get full faster on this stuff. But I've been on 2.5 for so long because I was on Mounjaro before going to Ozempic, then back on Mounjaro. So I've been using Mounjaro or Ozempic for a year and a half now. So I think my body's starting to develop a immunity to it or something. So I need a stronger dose, especially with Myasthenia Gravis. Just reading up on some of the possible medication they can give it to help with the symptoms of it, because there's no cure for it. You just have to try to get the right medication to ease the symptoms. But those all can cause weight gain. So I think I need to counteract that with being on a higher dose of Mounjaro. So, but I'll talk with my primary doctor about that in the coming weeks once I get my official diagnosis of it and get a treatment plan in place. And then I can go back to my primary doctor and say, hey, I know it's going to be harder to get Mounjaro, and the higher doses are harder to get, but I need to be on them. Obviously, we'll see where my weight is at in a few weeks, or when I get to that point, so I can have, I'm not going to purposely try to gain weight. No, I'm going to try to still lose the weight. But I think I definitely will have that as a good reason to go up on doses for Mounjaro. All right, folks. To end this video, I haven't shown you the last few weeks of me taking my shot. I have been taking it, but let's go ahead and take it now. So as you know, all right, so you pull the cap off, needles in there. You'll want to move it to the unlocked position. I like to do it in my belly, at least 2 inches away from it. So, all right, so here we go. You can see the needle there. You can see it go in. You press the button, it goes in. Wait for the second click. That means the needle's done, but you can watch it retract, and you hear the little click when it's done. So here we go. There's a second click. I saw the needle go back out. It retracted. It's done. Voila. It's that simple for those of you who never saw that before. So, okay, folks, that's my week 15 update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. And if you want to, make sure you get notification on my weekly videos for this, and then also my other videos I'm going to start making on Myasthenia Gravis and my journey on that. I'll give more detail on those videos. My weekly Mounjaro videos, I'll just kind of give a synopsis or an overview of what's happened, if I have any updates or not. But the more in-depth my experiences, what's going on, will be on these other videos, this other blog that I'll start on the same channel. So, all right, folks, hope you have a good weekend. If you're still celebrating 4th of July, be safe. But like I said, just enjoy life. Tell your loved ones you love them, and yeah, because you just never know what's going to happen, what life will throw at you. So I'm living proof that life can throw a bunch of crap at you. All you can do is try to stay positive and do the best that you can. And all right, I love you all. See you later.